Correspondent Richard Chambers has been watching. So Richard, heated discussion today then on what we're all paying to fill up in the forecourt filling stations.
Very much so, Colette, both in the committee room as well as in the Dáil, as you heard in Hannah's report there. The issue of the cost of fuel, very much exercising TDs. Words like price gouging, words like profiteering were being thrown around. And when you listen to what the ESRI is saying about the cost of fuel and petrol, effectively this is going to be something which is going to be a fixture of life in Ireland throughout the rest of this year. So earlier on, the Transport Committee heard from representatives from the transport industry, from motoring groups, as well as from lobbyists and representatives of the petrol and fuel industries. They very much ardently, strongly hitting back with very, very strong anger, it must be said, about the use of words like price gouging as well as profiteering. The AA, for what it's worth, saying though that motorists will be very much feeling the impact of the war in Ukraine as well as other fuel costs for throughout the year, saying that this is going to be affecting everybody who uses a garage petrol station throughout the rest of 2022.
The average petrol car owner is spending €2,234 on petrol per year, or €1,900 per year on diesel, with diesel being lower because those cars are slightly more efficient. In the case of a petrol car, that driver is spending €680 more per year on fuel, just on fuel, than it was 2 years ago, and €700 more in the case of diesel. So, according to AA Ireland calculations, for every 20-cent increase in the price of fuel, the average driver adds about €240 per year to their annual fuel bill.
Well, those allegations of price gouging are being watched very closely. The CCPC, the Consumer and Competition Watchdog, saying that it's received something in the region of around 200 complaints of price fixing from members of the public about petrol stations in the 2-week period. It says it is going to be investigating these matters very, very closely. But when you compare that and you add that to the fact that the ESRI says that the cost of inflation going to be rising to about 8.5% in the summer, they also say, though, they can't predict that if the situation in Ukraine, the geopolitical situation around the world, if that continues to escalate, there is no telling at what point inflation may actually peak.
Richard Chambers live at Leinster House. Thank you.